Hey guys, Matt here. So I want to give a quick first impression as to Gevo's earnings. Now, I have not listened to the call yet. I will do that later. But historically speaking, like most of the stuff that comes out on the call itself is stuff that's already covered here. So if there's anything different when I go over the call later, I'll make a video about it. But the very first thing I want to point out, and this right here is probably the biggest part of the earnings to set it apart from the other earnings, is that wait for it, Gevo actually has revenue. Like, they actually made money, at least top line, this quarter. And not only did it make money, but the 4.1 million for the quarter, it actually goes above the analyst estimate. So, yes, Gevo, for the first time in a long time, actually beat analyst estimates. Now, I've said in previous videos that once Gevo actually starts making money, I will start buying more shares of Gevo, and I will hold to that. Starting tomorrow, I don't know what the stock price of Gevo is going to be tomorrow, but no matter what it is, I mean, if it's 4% tomorrow, if it's 10% tomorrow morning, I will be buying more shares of Gevo. The rest of the earnings is pretty much run-of-the-mill Gevo, pretty much project updates and stuff like that. I mean, they signed some more agreements with customers, which is great to hear. They gave a update on the Net Zero 1 project. That's still underway. No delays there. Now, I do want to talk about that a little bit because maybe I'm reading into this. Maybe I'm reading into this too much. Maybe I'm not reading into this enough. But I do want to talk about their Net Zero 1 project a bit. So most of the Net Zero project update is pretty much run-of-the-mill. They're trying to focus on modularization on all that stuff. The thing I'm worried about right here is if you recall the last earnings, or maybe the earnings before, they were talking about going through some sort of third-party shell company and doing their financing through that. Well, based on this report here, and maybe we'll learn more when I review the call, but they seem to have done away with that verbiage. Now they're talking about a DOE guarantee loan. I think they were invited to obtain that kind of loan for the DOE, which is great to hear. And from what I hear, is the best route to go to. But the problem with that is the DOE loan application is expected to carry into 2024. They expect the start date to occur between 24 and 30 months after the financing closes. So if this carries on, as expected, then we're looking at a 2026 startup, maybe more than that, depending on how this goes. Now that right there, I mean, that might be a problem because, I mean, the NZ1 was supposed to come out in 2024. Now it's coming out in 2025. Now they haven't actually said 2026 yet, but this right here is something we need to watch out for long term, because if these delays become a problem and all these customers, these potential customers that have already signed agreements, start backing out of those agreements, that could be a problem. So this isn't anything to be alarmed about yet, in my opinion, but this is something we need to watch out for. I mean, the rest of the earnings, especially the numbers, is run-of-the-mill standard Gevo. Their assets went down a little bit. Liabilities stayed roughly the same, so nothing exciting there. We do have revenue, which is exciting. The operating expenses went up, however, which as they continue to lean more into Net Zero 1 and all the project work and stuff, like, I expect their operating expenses to keep going up. So I'm not really too surprised by this. Yeah, the numbers themselves, they look pretty good for an emerging company. And to sum it up, in case you missed it earlier, yes, tomorrow morning, no matter what the price is, I will be a buyer of Gevo again. I don't know how much, probably $300 worth, but yes, I am going to start buying more Gevo again. But anyways, take care, have a great day, and eat your vegetables.